What is going on, everybody? Quancredible here, bringing you the review for Four Nights of Apocalypse chapter 36. And this chapter is like one of my personal favorites, like in a while. I know like this chapter wasn't anything super crazy or anything like that, but like the moments with Percival, like and his sword.
Nice.
But at the very beginning of a chapter, we do have Nansons and Annie talking about Ceranos, and Nansons does say that Ceranos is like a god with deer antlers, but Annie's like, this is definitely a dog. So they kind of did all the research on Ceranos that I needed to do to know that this thing that we're seeing has some characteristics of Ceranos with having big crazy horns, but does not actually look anything like Ceranos in like pictures of it or anything like that. But art does tell us that this was a mythical beast that resided in the depths of hell, which was a little confusing to me because I know like hell and the afterlife is kind of weird in Seven Deadly Sins, because you have the demon realm and you also have purgatory, so now we also have hell on top of that too. There's like three pseudo hells essentially, which is kind of weird. I understand that the demon realm is strictly for demons, that purgatory is some weird other thing, but it just would be kind of weird if Arthur's Chaos Knights were okay with using hell beasts, but they're not okay with demons. That whole dynamic would just be kind of weird to me. But we have Percival, this dork who smells its breath for whatever reason, and tells her that his breath stinks, and then he just gets smacked like crazy far away. Like Percival took some damage on this smack. Well, I guess he really didn't though. Like he got back up. You would think he would have been really hurt from this, but he really wasn't all that damaged. He just went really freaking far. And then like before Percival can really even get a breath to like regain himself, like Ceranos is already charging up a mean electrical type blast and like shoots it at Percival. So this Ceranos has like is like crazy strong, as well as having like these like lightning based attacks. And this is when like Nansen gives Percival the idea to go for the horns, assuming that the horns, seeing as this is where it's shooting its electrical attacks, that's probably the first thing it needs to take out. So Percival with his sword is excited to finally put it to use. I was actually really hyped to see what he was going to do with it, and he goes to slice the horns and nothing happens. And I was like immediately kind of bummed because I was expecting like some super crazy slice up or something. I don't know. I was just expecting Percival's like sword cuts to really do some damage here, but we have Ard over here telling us that yeah, Ceranos' horns are as hard as garnet, and not even steel can beat them. And I'll be the first person to tell you I'm not into minerals and science, but I immediately thought this was cap. I was like, what? Garnet is harder than steel? And it turns out, sure enough, if you look this up on the hardness test or hardness scale, garnet is in fact harder than steel. So but immediately after that, Percival goes to try to use his hero type magic to slice up Ceranos' horns, and that doesn't work either, which I thought was pretty interesting because I would assume that Percival's magic would be sharper than his sword, but it wasn't enough, and he gets absolutely fried for this one. And then from there we cut over to Sylvain. Sylvain's running away trying to hide because obviously Sylvain's not going to be he's going to be literally zero help in this entire fight. But Sylvain does end up finding out where Sin is, and Sin's actually just sleeps. I'm assuming that the Elder did some kind of spell or something to put Sin asleep. And Sin, he's waking up and he goes out and he just like sees all this like destruction and explosions, and he's just like super casual about it. And like Percival's getting like batted around by freaking Kelly or Ceranos, whatever you want to call him. And it's funny because Donnie and Nanson's really aren't doing anything. They're kind of just standing there watching. And it's weird because like Annie was the only one to really take charge here. Like she was the only one that was like really confronted Ard about this, when those three really could have been jumping Ard in this moment. Like they could have been trying to take this dude out while Percival was kind of getting beat up. But it is what it is. But Annie does step up and she says, I'm not gonna let you kill Percival. Call off. You're a dog. And she's also curious to know how he tricked her when she can detect lies. And it's like we were talking about in the last review, whereas Ard really never lied to her. Like everything he felt was true. Like his intentions for wanting to get in there, he truly did feel like he was saving them or saving Percival, and he truly does see the demons as a threat. So he never really lied. And this is even like further reinforced when you see like his like hand when he's talking about it. He's actually trembling. Like he really does truly believe what he's doing is right. And even when those two are fighting, when she's asking for the crystal back, and he's trying to explain to her like, you don't understand what you're saying, because Ard more than likely was a survivor of the Holy War, and he probably seen horrible things just fighting against just the random demons. Because I don't know if you remember, but like in the Holy War, that like there were so many people that probably just died, like just a lot of them like random extras who were knights that probably just got absolutely obliterated by just regular red and gray demons. So to them, they really did go through it. So I really can't blame them if they see demons as like the ultimate evil. To the point where Ard goes further into the prophecy, saying that like these knights are supposed to bring something even worse. So he won't even hesitate to kill a child to prevent all of that. And this is my favorite part of the chapter, where Sin just walks up and he's like, well, what are you doing, Percy? And basically Percival's like, nothing is working. His aliens are mad tough. You know, the sword doesn't work. My magic isn't working. I don't know what to do. And Sin is like, why are you using them separately? Like, and then this is when like Percival has that like mind shattering moment or mind blown moment where he's like, wait, I can just put them together. And it goes back to this big thing in Seven Deadly Sins where weapons, you know, amplify how strong you are. It's shown with people's sacred treasures, and even like normal weapons, as we just seen with like Hauser. He's way stronger with his weapon than he is by himself. So Percival then does, you know, combine his sword and his magic into one, or not really combine them, but put his magic into his sword. And then he's like, yeah, this can actually work. And in this little shot right here, I swear, Sin looks just like Bond. And I know I've said it numerous times, I'm not one of those people that thinks Bond is Sin, but man, that shot right there makes him look just like him. And he even gave off like some Bond vibes to me, but I'm not even gonna go down that road in this video. But anyway, Percival, with putting his magic in his sword, was able to slice clean through one of Ceranos' antlers. As well as throughout this, he did learn how to fight properly, well, thanks to Sin's guidance. And that was the chapter. And the chapter, like I said, it was just hype just for that one moment right there at the very end, with Sin giving Percival that little bit of advice. I really did just like that right there. And like, honestly, another thing is, I really do enjoy how they are handling Annie's character in this mini arc, because I know in the beginning I was really iffy on how big of a role she was going to play, but man, they're doing her a ton of justice here in terms of character development. Because it's almost like, the really cool thing with Annie is she always had this way of thinking of how she thought Holy Knights would be, or how they are. And getting out here and seeing how Ironside was and seeing how this guy is, it's kind of like everything she ever thought is wrong. and now it's like really, it's like everything is basically challenging her to really form her own identity, which I just kind of like where it's going for her character. So all in all, I enjoy this chapter a lot. This chapter is like an 8.5, maybe just a solid 8, but it was just really enjoyable. Let me know what you guys thought about the chapter down below, and how you guys feel about Percival finally combining his magic with his sword. I'm not really for sure where we're going to go next with this. I'm pretty sure that the dog is pretty much just going to get clapped from here on out, and Ard probably won't stand much of a chance by himself. We might get to learn some more lore about these demons, but I feel like we probably know as much as we need to know. I'm not for sure. It's kind of really up in the air what direction they kind of want to go after this, but I'm definitely really hyped to see where this goes. So let me know how you guys feel about the chapter down below, as well as make sure you like the video, as well as subscribe to the channel for more content. We have, or I guess not we, I am definitely putting that Arthur video out tomorrow. Just got really busy, wasn't able to really get to it last week or over the weekend, unfortunately, but it will be out Wednesday, so look forward to that. Other than that, you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you all tomorrow.